Hello everyone and welcome back to Wrestling Conversations with Harris, and today I'll be talking about the 5 WWE wrestlers that I think need a freshen up. So the first on that list for me is Drew McIntyre. So as we all know, he took a bit of a break after WrestleMania when he lost to Sheamus and Gunther, and then after that there were some reports that he's unhappy with his position in WWE, with his creative frustrations, maybe a little bit. And even he, in his latest interview, I think a few weeks ago, said there could be some smoke to that fire. So we could see that he was a bit, frustrated with his booking. Maybe he might not be positioned as highly on the card, especially due to the especially because he carried the company through the pandemic as the champion, and I think he did really well. So I really do think he deserves his flowers, as they say. So in terms of Drew McIntyre, I think right now he's a bit of a stale act, I would say, is because right now as a baby face, he's just not really doing it for me, in my opinion. So he's teaming up with Matt Riddle right now. So maybe next week I think they're gonna have another match against the Viking Raiders, I believe, and so it looks like he could be turning heel there, maybe, and I do think maybe a return of the Scottish psychopath as a heel could be in his future, and I do think that could really help him to liven up a little bit more. So and have a bit of more of an edge to him. So I do think, and also he hasn't signed a contract yet. I don't believe so. If WWE needs to start booking him well, if they want to get him to sign a contract. So we'll see what happens with that. So that's what I think I would do with Drew McIntyre right now. Right now, in the second superstar that I have is Natalia. Right now, she right now has done everything as a veteran. So she debuted, by the way, in April 4th, 2008, on WWE SmackDown, when she came through the crowd and attacked Michelle McCool. So she's been quite a bit one of the longest tenured women's wrestlers in the company, and I just think maybe, again, most of the you'll see a common pattern here. I'll probably just be saying the same thing over and over again: turn them heel, turn them heel. But sometimes that does freshen up the characters a little bit. So I would think she doesn't need to turn heel, but I was thinking she could start her own faction, maybe like a faction of veterans. Maybe you can do that, and to go up against the younger generation and saying, guys, we're still here as the veterans, and we still have a lot left in the tank. So you could do something like that with Natalia, I think, and freshen her up a little bit. The third on my list, I would say, is, I mentioned before, Matt Riddle. Right now, he as a good guy as well. He's just too much comedy, I think. Right now, he's becoming a bit of a parody of himself, I think. So I do think, again, he could benefit from a heel turn. Maybe if Randy Orton is going to come back, maybe on the first night back, he attacks Randy Orton or something like that. So to carry that program forward. So you could do something like that. He'll get good heel heat, in my opinion, and you can really make him into a star and drop all the comedy and show the serious side of him. So I do think that could work, in my opinion. The number 4 on my list is probably he really does need to freshen up, is Austin Theory. Is that right now he's very stale, and quite frankly he's pretty boring right now, in my opinion, and he has had one of the worst US title reigns ever, in my opinion. They hardly did anything with him. He was hardly on the premium live events, and surprisingly, after he beat John Cena this WrestleMania, after that he regressed after beating Cena. Even though your career should be going like that, he went like that after John Cena. So after beating John Cena, so maybe you could just have a new character. Maybe turn him into a face, good guy. I don't know. You could show a bit of his funny charisma like he did in The Way in NXT with Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, Dexter Lumis, Indy Hartwell. You could bring that side of him, but whatever they need to do, this isn't working with Austin Theory, so they really need to develop a new character for him. And number 5, I would say, I have 2 people here, Ricochet / Cedric Alexander. I was looking through the rosters, and I would say that Ricochet right now, I just think he needs just a bit more of a character, but he was starting to get that with Logan Paul's feud. So I do think right now that feud did him really good, especially after the match. People looked at Ricochet in a good light. So I think you can carry that momentum forward. Same thing with Cedric Alexander. He right now has been doing nothing, and both of them are Triple H's boys, really. You look at after the Kota Ibushi match with Cedric Alexander in the Cruiserweight Classic, Triple H came in and raised up his hand, and then people were chanting, "Please sign Cedric." So I do think you could put them in a tag team, really, Ricochet and Cedric, and they can have a bit of a different character. Keep their wrestling style the same, because both of them are just amazing wrestlers. Don't change their style, just maybe change their character a little bit, give them more of a personality. And I do think that, again, maybe a heel turn, it's the common theme I'm mentioning in this video. And so basically you can do that. You can't really, I don't think you will put them in a faction. It'll be too similar to what they're doing with Street Profits and Bobby Lashley right now. So you can just maybe put them as a tag team, develop a bit of an edge to them, and just give them more storylines, really. So I would say that would work. So that's it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. These are the 5 superstars, wrestlers I think that need to freshen up. There are many more as well, but these are the 5 or 6 that I thought of right now. So if you would like to look at more news and updates and discussion videos, please follow back on this channel for more. Thank you very much for watching.